Hi everybody. Well, my success coach was Susan Washington, or is Susan Washington. She just started her own video blog this morning, and another girl named Kat Smiley in Whistler started hers yesterday. So I figured I have to get on the ball. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we're all new to this. We're all kind of having to figure it out ourselves, and I'd rather do something imperfectly and practice being perfect than just sit there and complain about not being able to do anything. So I have always been one to instantaneously go for what I feel instinctively as a way, a path for myself. And luckily I did that because I did blogging 2 or 3 years ago, and that was, a learning curve. And I've did my biofeedback, and that was a learning curve. And now with the Omega Global, it's a learning curve, but it's something I'm delightfully interested in and want to do for um, just the pleasure of doing it. Because what my life has been is learning how to make myself happy, and loving everything that I've done. I've always enjoyed everything I've picked, and it may be scary in the beginning, but I've really gone out on a limb, and I've been pleased with everything I've chosen. So I'm going to start with this video blog, and today's video blog is that I am sitting in my office here, and I am so excited because this morning I picked up a book that I've been carrying around for almost 10 years called Blink. And one of the things that they mentioned in the page that I read was called, uh, adaptive subconscious, where within the first 2 or 3 seconds of us seeing something, we know a lot about that thing, and that we go into the conscious mind to rationalize it, but subconsciously we've already decided whether we like something or not. And I've actually practiced that many times in my life. I mean, skiing was one of those where I just looked at it and said, "Oh my God, goodness, I'm 28 years old and I've never skied, but it looks so much fun. I've got to learn how to do it." And I've always had that principle of, well, if a 7-year-old can do it, I can do it. And as I'm watching my son grow up, I'm realizing that they have a big learning curve to go through. They have a lot of stress where they have to go through a school system, and they have to deal with the environmental stresses that are happening, the overpopulation, the constant, regimentation of their lives in this Canadian world. And I just want to do my best to teach people how to remain relaxed and successful in that process. So I want to recap what I just learned when I was in Long Beach, which is that I work for one of the best companies I've ever found. The people that they brought in were people like T. Harv Eckert, who is teaching the program called Millionaire Minds. It's a course I actually wanted to take because I've noticed that there's a lot of people with abundance issues. People who actually just see the world in a poverty consciousness that I personally don't subscribe to. My thing is that I I have spent many years learning to trust. I mean, I didn't fall off a cliff in the Grand Canyon for me to just not live my life to the fullest. A lot of people look at me and they say, well, you don't look injured. Well, the reason I don't look injured is because I do a lot of proactive things. I do a lot of yoga. I learn to be internal. I do meditation. I go to meditation camps. I eat well. Eat for what I feel I've learned and digested and ran through. I've done lots of programs like macrobiotics and, raw. I've done eating zone. I've done a lot of different things. And at age 50, I've decided I'm just going to do what I've learned, which is just eat as best as I can. And a lot of you are going through that right now, where you're just having to decide what is truth for you, what is workable for you. And I applaud you on that. So anyways, I've started my first video blog, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it when you see it, because this is me. This is what I do. I was in the getting my groceries today in the grocery store, and I was walking around with my hands over my head. Why did I do that? because I wanted to activate my shoulders. I wanted to make sure that I lifted off my kidneys, my adrenals. I wanted to make sure I shaped my hips. I walked around making sure that my big toe was touching down and that I was using my plantar fascia muscle to walk in, engaging my knees up into my crotch, tucking in my belly button, letting my chest open, and, and then accentuating my neck so that I could actually get my neck working. You know, this morning when I woke up, I got up, sat in my bed, and I did my head rolls. I made sure that I got my head rolls in this morning. You know, I crossed my legs, I went flat onto the bed. You know, it just takes a few minutes of this, and your body is so grateful that you put that in. And I am so happy to do a video blog because writing a blog is time consuming. I mean, I take an hour or two to just edit and rewrite and edit and rewrite. And I'm understanding that maybe video is a better way to convey my message. But because I've now progressed to video, I can now head off at 12 o'clock to my hot yoga class. And the reason why I like my yoga class is because it's in a nice, wet room. I mean, I've been to a lot of yoga classes where the heat is dry, and that's not good. That didn't feel good to me. So I've never really taken to the hot, dry yoga. But I found a studio that actually has beautiful people in it with a nice wet feeling to it, and I'm so grateful to practice my yoga in an environment that I've chosen. And that's what you have to do. You have to practice your life in the environment that you choose and that you enjoy, and that's all we can do. We can just share that we enjoy life. You know, there's a lot of sharing of people who don't enjoy their lives, and I really want to get out of that habit. I want to get in the habit of sharing a great, wonderful, joyous life where miracles happen every day. Anyways, gotta go. Adios. Have a great day. I love you all. You know.